Once again, we're here, the What It Takes Radio Company, helping you connect with your audience, bring your message to life, and have a touch of immortality. Indeed, you can enter the transformation zone today. And on this Friday, it's not Black Friday, it's Transformation Friday. And could it be that only 3% of the population will be truly better off and have real changes in their life in 2025? That's right. Well, would you like to be one of the three? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan from the Transformation Zone on a Friday. This is not Black Friday. We do not celebrate Black Friday. We are not here to try to sell you something. We are not here to try and ask you to give us money. It's Friday is Future Day. It's Leadership Day, and it is always Transformation Day. And that's what we are going to continue to do. Interesting ideas, where this is a subcategory of what we do, will have its own home. The Transformation Zone will have its separate podcast channel. My friends Joe and Kevin and a variety of other transformation people, TPs, transformation people, will be here because just tweaking, just, changing, just doing a little bit. All of a little bit is good, but eventually things happen because things are transformed. And that's what we're going to talk about. So this is the day after Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, by the way, is a key to transformation. As one of my friends pointed out, Thanksgiving is about saying thank you. And let me tell you the secret. Saying thank you are two of the most powerful words you can use. When you send an email, say thank you at the end. All right? Not just cheers or whatever. Thank you. Begin. Thank you. Whenever you hear the word thank you, good things happen inside of you. Remember that. When you hear the word someone says to you, thank you, something good inside happens to you. That's true. That's real. Even as I wrote a letter that was a little bit unhappy about some service that I received from an organization, I went through it. I was very kind, but very strong, and saying, this is what I hope will happen. And then I said at the end, thank you, and signed my name. All right. Now remember that going forward in 25, so that you don't just survive, you'll thrive. Start saying thank you. As one person said, again to me, I learn from others. This isn't all original with me. Just said, do it 100 times a day. Sometimes actually keep track of how many times you said thank you, or wrote it, or in some way communicated, that I'm thankful. I oftentimes point out that one of the great, great transforming people of all time, yes, his name was Saul, and he was a rabid anti-Christian, and he was transformed through quite a traumatic experience. And then a lot of learning had to take place before he really became Saul, and he was transformed to Paul. And there's a whole story behind that transformation, which might be helpful to you, which we will talk about as we go through the transformation zone. Sometimes you actually change your name. And we've mentioned that before, but we'll think about it again. All right. And in effect, what happened was that he, in effect, Saul became Paul. And what he said to many of his people that he was working with, said, I give thanks upon every remembrance of you. When I think of you, I give thanks. What a wonderful way to begin a letter. When I think of you, I give thanks. When you come to mind, I'm thankful. So that's what we would like to encourage you to do. And we're going to also encourage you right now to think about, as we've said many times before, my friend Kevin, who is doing some of the illustrations for the Transformation Zone. My friend Joe is the geek, the guru, and the genius, and he's creating the book. We're going to call it the book that will be about transformation. Maybe the book. There's all kinds of books now about transformation or transforming, but we want to write the book. And please then remember, as we've said before, okay, here we go, that go to transformationsbook.substack.com. transformationsbook.substack.com. You got that? Thank you. And read what he's writing, and then you can make your own, perhaps, contribution to that. But we want this to be something brand new. This is not going to be the traditional book, the traditional podcast, and the traditional video. We're going to put them all together in something that is new. Now, just a brief reminder. Remember, the problem is that whenever you try and make something, make people do something, the transformation may not happen. The best people, when it comes to transformations, is they are watching the trends of what might be trending, what might be happening, what might be coming to people's awareness, and you go with that. Now, as I pointed out before, part of the reason that the American election changed is that one of the parties was trying to make people change. And that's always a way to get yourself in trouble. Helping to help people make some of the changes they want to make is much better and usually a key to success. Now, here's an example of that. Right now, the electric vehicles, yeah, we all know that. They're having a hard time. Something just came out in which the British car makers have basically started to tell the government, get lost. We are not going to create more cars that we can sell. We'll go out of business. And so stop mandating that by whatever, we have to make so many cars. Here's the deal here in America. The same thing is happening. And part of the reason Donald Trump, who is a transforming character, but he's also a non-transforming character, is going to say, no, if you want to have an electric car, good for you. Fine. We want you to be able to choose that. However, we are not going to help you choose that because we don't help everybody pay for their car. So we're not going to help you pay for your car just because it's electric. That's probably going to happen. And so the mandate that, as someone said, well, they don't mandate that you buy them. Oh, yes, they do. The mandate is those will be the only ones you can buy. That's bad policy. It is stupidity. And please keep in mind, you are not called to transform human nature. You are not called to transform the world. You might be able to help change your world. and perhaps in some ways create a bit of a different world. But remember, the first person you need to transform is you, me. Don't transform me. I'll transform me. I'll work on that. I would appreciate your guidance and your help and your counsel, because I do want to live a transformed life. And if you can help me, I would be grateful. And if you want to live a transformed life and have a transformed company, and not only have a transformed company, but have a company that actually will help people be transformed, we can work together on that. And if we do it right, we will achieve good things, and we will have this good idea turned into good influence, high impact, and a good income. That's the deal. How do people change? How can we help them change? How can we make change easier? And how can we actually see ways that people are changed? And as we've said many times, not just by degree, but perhaps changed in kind. I started my new year about 6-7 weeks ago, as I do it in the tradition of the Hebrews, the Israelis, the Jewish New Year. But now we're coming up to the traditional New Year. By the way, remember, the Chinese have one that's later. So just because we have used to January 1st, that doesn't mean the rest of the world goes along with that. That's kind of a Western European thing that's been imported. However, let's decide how, and here's a nice rhyme, how can we transform our lives? How can we transform the life that we live so that we not just survive, but we thrive in 25? All of us will be a year older. It will be a challenging year. How can we make it perhaps really this time where it's not just a resolution that we make that most of us don't keep? It's a transformation that we find, that we discover, that we seek, that we create, primarily for ourselves, so that we can do it for those who wish to live that kind of 3% life. Yeah, be one of the 3% of the population who know who they are. They know their identity. They know who they are trying to become. They know what they want. They know where they want to go. They know how they want to live. And they know particularly what they want to serve and make a contribution for others. Only 3% of the population have that kind of clarity. Be one of the clarity 3. And we'd like to help you do just that. Best and blessings to you. May this be the start of your Transformation Day. Not Black Friday. Transformation Friday begins maybe today. All the best, my friends. Bye for now.